guys, my name is Jennifer and my friends call me Miss DeWalt. Welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be putting together an alcohol advent calendar. I've seen these all over Pinterest and Instagram. Most people have built like a tree that has the countdown to Christmas with little bottles of alcohol. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I'm going to attempt to fashion a gingerbread house with windows, with 24 windows that will open to reveal alcohol. Now I bought this ANTHON BERG. These are little candies that have liquor inside. And when I ordered them, you know, it said they were 2 inches tall, and in my head I'm thinking, oh, that should be good. But when I got them, they really are pretty tiny. So I think what I'm gonna do is build a gingerbread house. It's probably about 6 inches deep. And what I'll do is make it so like next year I could put something else in it, maybe those like trial size, you know, you see like the Mike's Hard Lemonade and different things. So I'm gonna make this year using these tiny little chocolates, but like I said, make it to where it can be used year after year with different things. So the supplies I think I'm going to need, I have big sheets of cardboard that will look like the gingerbread. I bought these roofing strips at Lowe's. These were like really cheap, maybe I think they were like $1.29. And what I plan to do is have them to where this centerpiece is like a cradle for the alcohol. I also bought, I want to have like lighting inside, so I bought some of these, and then I also have a strip of battery operated lights. I'm going to need my probably wood glue, probably brad nails, glue gun. I also have candy. I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle the snow yet. I probably will use like that fiber fill, or I might use that expandable foam. That could get messy. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to figure this out as I go along, like I do with most of my projects. So stick around and we'll see what I can make. Okay, here's what I've done so far. I laid out, I bought these little die cut windows off of eBay. There's the first row is going to be 4 of them. I'm allowing for a door to be in the center, and then each row about 1.5 inches apart looks about good. There's room for that trim that I bought from Lowe's. This house is going to be 14.5 inches wide. And then, so what I did was allowed for 4 rows of 5 windows after that. And I went 24 inches up and then found center, and that's going to be the peak of my roof at 24 inches up to center. So what I'm going to do is cut this out. It'll be my front piece. I'll need an exact back piece that matches. And then what I plan to do is take an X-Acto knife and cut windows, because what I really like to do is put something, maybe like tissue paper on the back side of that. And what I'm envisioning is having it have a hinge somehow, because I want to light this up on the inside. So I want that to be sheer. So there will be some type of hinge in a perfect world where that will open up. So what I'm going to need to do on the front side at least is to cut out the void behind these windows. So that will be my next step. Wish me luck. Here's what I have so far. I've cut my front and my back pieces. And then I have my side pieces, which are 6 inches in depth. So this will go together like so. And I have noticed that there's a variation a little bit between the front and the back color-wise. So I'm gonna go at this point and mark the inside, what panel should face on the inside of all of these pieces, so I don't get it together and go, oops, this side piece is a little bit different. Okay, so now is the fun part. What I'm doing is marking my vertical lines where I'm gonna have to take an X-Acto knife and cut out. So it's basically, how big is my margin here? It's like 3/4 in is where I started my first, what's gonna be like the left part of that window pane. And then I'm going to go in increments. It's like 1 3/8 inches, and then 1.5 inches, 1 3/8 inches, 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark all of my vertical lines, and then I'll have to figure out my horizontals, and then I'll take my X-Acto knife and cut them all out. And I got to remember that the very first row on the bottom is going to have a door, So I don't want to cut out a window size for that part. But other than that, I'm gonna have 24 windows. And then probably on the sides, I have a couple extra windows, and I gotta figure out, I got my cat batting around a ball that she found. Then I'll figure out how many windows I have left over. And I'll probably cut out a couple windows to go on the sides. So this is, I hate math. This is the part that's probably gonna be the most tedious besides decorating it. But I think this is really going to turn out cool. And like I said, I wanted to have something different. I've not seen another gingerbread house as an advent calendar for this purpose. So I'm going to keep rolling. Here's where I'm at now. I am starting to build braces inside of these pieces. Here's what's going to be the front of my gingerbread house. So I went ahead and built attached rails. I just used hot glue. And now I'm doing what's going to be the back piece. And unfortunately, that strip that I bought from Lowe's, these don't line up. I bought the windows online, I bought those in person, and the spacing doesn't line up perfectly with how the windows line up. So what I'm gonna do is cut them apart, and I'm building like back rails so that the back of the bottle can rest in each of those spots where I think the bottles are gonna hit. Believe it or not, this has taken hours, but my front piece and my back piece are pretty much framed out. And here's what they look like. Here's the front with all the windows cut out. And then what I had to do was take those strips and cut them individually. I put these brace pieces horizontally, and then each little cradle goes here where the bottles will rest. And then here's the back. Here's the back of the gingerbread house. Same thing. And then I did add this extra shelving in the middle because the bottles I'm using this year are those little dinky 2-inch chocolates filled with alcohol. So when it's all said and done, it's going to go together like that. So then these bottles are going to rest and be supported on that. And then next year I'll probably get ones that are larger, like I don't like the trial sizes, so they'll just go in there. And then I'm thinking what I'll do, what might be smart, because I want to do lighting in here, but eventually the batteries are going to need changed and the string of lights will go bad. So probably on one of these end caps, I'm going to put hinges so that I can access the interior after it's all built. I think this is a good stopping point. I feel like I need some rest, and I will probably finish assembling it and decorating it then tomorrow. But this really, I mean, a lot of the things, probably if I went to build another one of these, it would go faster. But a lot of this takes time just to figure out and to think ahead. Okay, if I build it that way, what will that cause? So far, I really like how it's turning out. I think it's going to be really cute. Okay, this is day 2 of my gingerbread house build. What I did was get my windows together. I put little tissue paper inside the windows, and then I added magnets. I just took a magnet off my refrigerator and wanted to cut little strips, and so there's corresponding strips here where they'll actually stick on. I really couldn't think of a good way to hinge these, and this is actually taking so long that I said the heck with it. This was the probably easiest and fastest way to accomplish what I want. I went ahead, I want to leave this door. This is going to be an access point. I strung lights on the back portion of that are going to shine through the windows, and where the batteries will need changed in the box will be accessed through this little door. So I think what I'm going to do is put this together in a way that if that strand ever burns out, and I have to restring it, I think that what I'll do on the sides is leave some point where I can unscrew and take these 2 pieces apart. But that is going to be my next step, is attaching all of this. I'm debating whether I'm going to put a base on the bottom or whether I'm going to leave it just hollow where you could look up it. But yeah, time to put it together and start decorating. As you can see, this is kind of a strange angle, but I went ahead and glued on little numbers on each window, and then I decorated it with, this is just crafts garland that I found at the dollar store. So I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue this roof on. This is 20 inches long. I scored it right in the center at 10 inches. I have about an inch overlap in the front and the back. And what I intend to do is hot glue some, actually I'm probably gonna have to put something in the center there, but I'm gonna hot glue these in place to overlap. And then I have these little candy cane sticks that I'm gonna put up the side. I might have to get a little bit creative with the spacing. I might have to put M&Ms in the middle. And what I think I'm gonna do is put M&Ms somehow on the top. I don't want to overdo it. I think it's turning out really cute. It just needs a little bit more and then I'm there. But as you can see, there are the lights. I don't want to put these on until the very end because they're so fragile and I don't want to ding them up. But it is coming together nicely. I did make this panel in the back here. If I ever need to get in there and redo the lights, because I'm sure those aren't going to last forever, I can unscrew these and that back panel will come off. But so far, I'm really liking how it's turning out. It's so cute. So as you can see, I'm all done. The only thing left is to put all the little bottles of alcohol in here and then put the windows on. I will do a closing shot of that. If there's something I forgot to cover, or if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I hope you like and subscribe. And if you do an advent calendar based on what I've done, please share it to me on Instagram and I will then forward that in my stories. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope you're inspired and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Take care.